Hello, my name is Layman Ross, and today for you guys, I'll be making carne asada tacos. All right, for the marinade, these are the spices you're gonna need. We're gonna grind up these peppercorns in a mortar and pestle, but you're gonna want cilantro, a little bit of an onion. We're also gonna prep this for later tonight so that we can put it on top, and also for the salsa. For the garlic, chopping off the ends it doesn't have to be pretty since this is just gonna be in the marinade. Just chop off the ends where it connects to the root. Just like push down, and after that, it'll spread it and you can peel the paper off. So we're gonna give this a rough chop before we put it in the bag, but we'll start on this onion. Chopping off the sides. We're gonna cut it in half because I'm gonna use half of it for the salsa. And then we're gonna use a quarter of it for toppings, and then the other bit we're gonna use on for the marinade. Then we slice the marinade so we can cover as much surface area as we can. All right, so we can just quarter these up. These are gonna be for the salsa. Put them on the roasting tray. We're gonna broil these along with the other ingredients later when we're ready to make the salsa. So we'll just toss the onions in. Or you don't want to marinate the beef for too long. I would say 8-10 hours max, because it'll start to break down the meat. The bag as well. And so for the beef, I chose some top round. I would have wanted to get skirt steak. That's what I like to make carne asada out of, but I didn't have it at the store, so this is what we got. All right, so we can roll the limes to get more juice out of them. I have about 3, just enough to like make sure you cover all of the meat. That's really all you need to do in marinade. Squeeze them in. All right, so now that we have all of our limes juiced, now we are onto the spices. So we have our ground pepper. We're gonna toss that in. Next, chili powder. And we're gonna take the top off. Our ground cumin. For a little bit of heat, just a little bit, we're gonna add some cayenne because we are gonna make a spicy salsa to put on too. Just a little bit. You always gotta season it with salt. And just to add a little bit more depth of flavor, I'm gonna toss in some Worcestershire sauce. Just a little bit, because we already got a lot of different flavors in here. So now we're gonna close it up. Make sure that we mix everything together. So now that we got it all mixed together, we're gonna let the air out and seal it down so that there's no air at all. We want everything to be touching each other so that most of the flavor gets absorbed in. So now we're gonna sit this in the fridge for about 8 hours. All right, for the salsa, we have the onions here from earlier. We have our jalapenos, tomatillos, garlic, and then the leftover cilantro, because we're gonna be blending it up anyway, so the stems are just flavored there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna chop the ends off of here, chop them in half. All right, so we're gonna take the little covering off of our tomatillos and then set them aside because we're gonna rinse them off. We'll just repeat that with all the ones that we have, or you can cut now. All right, so now we're gonna slice these in half, same as we did with the jalapenos, and we're just gonna put them on the tray. So we're gonna char the tops of them, and this will just enhance our salsa with a lot of flavor. You want to set it to broil on high, and then we'll just keep an eye on them once we put them in. All right, so now we have the broiler on high. We're gonna put our vegetables in to get roasted. Put them on the top rack. We want to char the tops of them. All right, they're looking good now. We're gonna pull them out and then let them cool down before we blend them up in the salsa. All right, so we have our roasted vegetables in here. Going to toss the garlic in. Pack down the cilantro. I like putting the cilantro at the bottom because it likes getting stuck. And then we're gonna give it a few squeezes of lime. Time to blend them up. And my phone died. Great. All right, so now we're gonna blend the salsa up. What we need for the tortillas is some ground masa, 2 cups of it, and a 1.5 cups of water, and just fine salt. My salt was coarse, so I ground it down in the mortar and pestle. All right, so we're gonna take a ball of our masa dough, and I have a cast iron Dutch oven since I don't have a tortilla press. We're gonna flatten them out on here, in between 2 pieces of parchment paper. So now we have our tortilla shape. We want to slowly release it from the paper. Put it on the other side. Gradually pull it back. You have to be very careful not to break your tortilla. We're just gonna toss it in the pan. Alright, so now that the meat has done marinating, we're gonna go sear it off in the pan. Now it's time to plate. Add our asada on top. With some chopped onion and cilantro. And then that salsa verde.
You're gonna need a voiceover then.
Let's go in for a taste test. Question is it girlfriend approved?
Sorry, bro.
Yeah? Alright, good looks.